No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Hawkeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to the fullback. Oh, he's got some space. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
On the option. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Motion from the back. Fullback's got it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be satisfied with the fact that we just broke into the top 25. Let's get in the top 20, top 15, top 10. Let's make the college football playoff. Don't want to get ahead of your skis here too early. It's a nice thing to be inside the top 25 now, but you want to continue to get better.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
It'll be 3rd and long. The option look. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down. deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football play. Have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these fourth downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, making it an easy completion.
The Hawkeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Makes the catch. It's Maddox. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun to give to the back. Can't get him to the ground.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
That is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Now they'll run it on the toss. There he goes! Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. And the Nittany Lions move the change with some signature hard-nosed running.
Some Big Ten physicality, some Big Ten running the football. Gotta have it. Gotta start with that when you're in the Big Ten and when you're at Penn State.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down.
29 Philly.
Looking to fire. Fires downfield. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
They'll run the toss. Look out, he's got room. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And how about that on third down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. Third down, money down. You figured they might probably give him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
Run it with the fullback. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Give to the fullback. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And I like what this offense did. They run the option. They're good at it. They read it. They run the pitch. They get some positive yards. But more importantly, they set up a fourth and really short. They're successful in these situations most of the time.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. 4th and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive?
Cricket.
Gets the back moving. He's looking to throw. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
I mean, 4th and goal, and what does he do? He makes plays. This is why quarterbacks with this kind of athletic ability are so hard to stop. Big-time money down on 4th down, and the quarterback makes the play for him.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7. Pulls it in on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. This one's complete. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Hawkeyes are in the hurry-up.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Leaves it with the back. Plows through the defense. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide-out level noise. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Ogden. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Hawkeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Looking for a crease, it's Ogden. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking for the score. A strike downfield. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hawkeyes!
And that is why you never quit on a play. A fourth down by the goal line. It looked like the quarterback had nowhere to go with it, but he wouldn't quit. He wouldn't give in to the defense. He just dug deep down inside himself and found a way to score that TD. That was impressive.
And the point after is good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Tennessee is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. It feels like they've been singing Rocky Top all day. They're up 14 over South Carolina. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Sends it back in motion. The lone back's got it. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. Now, they'd love to win this one today, secure that spot in the conference championship game. A remarkable achievement. They can't really think this one's in the bag yet.
No, they've just got to continue focusing on the task at hand. I think that's a big reason why they're in this position that they find themselves in. They take care of business each and every game, David. Some hardware to be won down the road potentially, but you got to win this one.
No doubt, and I think it's hard because you're starting to see the finish line now. Getting later in the season, knowing where you're ranked, what's at stake. Let's see how they handle the pressure.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Motion from the back. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll send the back in motion. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward,
and the ball slipped out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Listen, there's so many athletic quarterbacks now that do the design runs. I got to make them pay. I got to physically hit him as hard as I can, as many opportunities as I get. They run the design quarterback run. Nice job being physical, forcing the fumble.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. A 1st down run in the red zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Marches ahead. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Nestled just inside that right upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Extra DBs on the field to defend the pass. On the option. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. Gonna run it. It's Ogden. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. 4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. The sure hands, it's Maddox. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time, they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
They'll leave it with him. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Nittany Lions come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Goes to the option. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
Splits the uprights, it's good. And that's going to tie it up. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
And it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Tennessee looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over the field like Smokey in the pregame. They're up by 17 over South Carolina. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Ogden. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Potts. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw again. Makes the grab. It's Maddox. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Try to get it to the edge. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They'll toss it to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Deep shot for the end zone. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Trying to take it back. Running through contact. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to win the field position with the return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. On the option. Quick toss. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run the option. Gets it past the marker. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the 1st down.
And 3rd and long as a defensive lineman, man, I'm thinking fly up the field, get to the quarterback. They sneak in the option. The defense not ready. He didn't even have to pitch it. He just kept it himself and gets the 3rd and long situation.
Quarterback will keep it. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
Turning it on. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State. They take the lead with the 6. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. open up the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ogden.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Going to swing it on second down. Looking down the middle. He's got the tight end. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it left. Pulls it in. Makes a grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. From the red zone, looking for a space. Touchdown, Iowa! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. The extra point here would tie the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Here comes the heat. Fires on the move. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open.
Breaks into the open. The 40. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Ogden. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. And the Hawkeyes will hustle to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum.
It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Looking downfield on first down. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. Defender got caught a little handsy with that jersey, and it'll cost him. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Now from inside the red zone. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Here comes the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll run the option, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Toss sweep to the left. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Now on the option. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Oh, I love when you give the fullback the ball. It's kind of a dying breed. It's been taken out of most offenses. But I like when you reward him for all the unselfish plays he has to have throughout a game.
And you know what I like to see? The evolution in football. Fullbacks become a bit of a dying breed. Now you're starting to see a few sneak back in here and there.
It's crazy. Football's cyclical, right? The moment somebody does something else, you go the other direction. It just always changes.
They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. The receivers better block on the outside. Go get me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
The Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. He'll ride his man on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. But when the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation, goal line, 3rd down, touchdown.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. So now it's 2nd and long. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
This game right now is hanging in the balance. It's tight. It's close, tied here in the 4th quarter. One play can change everything, and that was a throw that the quarterback wishes he could have back.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ogden. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get first downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Back to pass. Got his man on the outside. They knock him down at the 40, but he picks up 5, and it'll be enough for a first down. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Now on 1st down from the 40. Reads it, fires complete.
This quarterback looks in complete control, not flustered, into the game situation, connecting on his passes. Nice job knowing his answers. Got to keep this rolling here to try to make this thing interesting.
The Hawkeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Throwing on the run. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Decisions, decisions, decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. Just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to get the first through the air. Here's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these moments can be tight, man. You start looking at that clock, and that thing's staring at you. So I got to pass, I got to pass. Big 4th down and short. You got to get this first down. So you got to be thinking about that first before you think about the clock.
We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Looking for more room. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Wants to throw on 1st down. On target. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
To the air on 2nd down. The throw. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. What a tremendous effort on the final play of regulation. But we've got overtime coming. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these 2 teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
We'll get it started here in overtime.
Come on, set.
Trying to beat him to the left. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
On the option. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Gets the back moving. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! They strike first here in overtime. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football.
Oh, he's got some space. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left and wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
3rd and goal, and they have to find a way to get a touchdown. And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick.
And this crowd was already going nuts, and now they're really going nuts. I mean, you could hear them causing the confusion with the offense being so loud. The snap count's hard to determine. And then they make the big play and get the interception, and now they're going more nuts. This crowd is having an impact on this football game.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up